man doesn't like that the woman is earning more than him, I don't see why that should be an issue. If both of you claim to love yourselves, because you cannot now carry past trauma and put it on the next person. Two, they should find better men, because I don't know, man.
How much do you think should be spent on a date? A lot of women will come for your head.
They can come, and that's fine
because
too.
like they'll be like, oh, if I'm making more, that means he has to go out and hustle more to get more money.
Yeah. So it's one thing if he's not if he's not putting in effort. I wouldn't want to raise a child, a female child, and then she grows up and starts waiting for a man to provide XYZ for her. Some women even earn more than the men. I feel you should contribute based off your earning power.
Hey guys, good morning. Oh, this seatbelt always goes over my boobs. I don't know why. But today we have another ride with me, and I'm on my way to go and pick up my friend Chemeka. It's raining. I don't know why Berlin weather always does rubbish. Like, I don't know why it's raining and it's very cold by this time when we're supposed to be in summer. Honestly, it doesn't make sense to me, but I have to deal with it. So we're almost there to pick up Chemi, and he's supposed to go to a swimming pool, so I'm going to be driving him to the pool. Alright, I'll see you guys. Anyways, guys, I've picked up our passenger for today, and I'll let him introduce himself. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hi everybody, my name is Chemeka.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you all.
Chemi, what are you doing in Berlin? Guys, he came the other day. He left last week. It was last week he left, and then you came back again.
Yeah. No, it was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, what are you doing
last
in
week
Berlin?
I was in Brussels.
Yeah. True. I saw that on your story.
Yeah. For one, I have this very nice friend that is somewhere around me right now.
He's behind.
Yeah. I had something doing in Hamburg, and from there, instead of going back to the village that I'm coming from, which is going to take about 4 hours, I decided to come to Berlin and spend the weekend here with you guys, which took me about 3 hours. So still hours, but closer. And more fun actually, because
sorry, I want to turn. I need to focus on the road, even though I'm filming.
Okay. Safety first.
Yep. Okay. We are good to go. Alright, thank you very much for joining me today, Chemi. We're driving him to a swimming pool. Chemi came to the house yesterday where he made his hair, and then we got talking about 50-50 in a relationship. The topic got very interesting. I'm like, okay, we're going to dissect and see. So I want to ask you, Chemi. I will probably answer myself, but I want to know, like, do you believe in 50-50 in a relationship? So when I mean 50-50, I mean both financially, everything, like sharing chores, every that you can think of in a relationship. Do you believe in that? So,
the term 50-50 is... right?
Yeah.
A short answer is yes, right? Yeah, you don't want everyone to be one person to be doing everything. Things should be shared. Like
really?
Both of you are coming
like equally
together to have a family, or maybe to be in a relationship. Either ways, right? And one person shouldn't bear the brunt of the relationship. Yeah, it should be shared as equally as liars in the individuals. Yeah. If everyone does the best they can do, in my head, I would term it 100-100, not 50-50. Because
okay, so why did you say that?
Yeah, because when you say 50, it's like the whole is 100, and I would bring 50%, meaning there's some other 50% that I keep back. Yeah. And you bring your 50%. But I think it's more of should be you bringing your 100, the other person brings and then you guys make it work. I don't cook. Yeah. If I am with someone who loves cooking, right? Yeah. It goes to, she, because I'm a he, she would handle the cooking part, obviously, right? But then there are also other things that she probably wouldn't like to do that I don't mind doing.
So how do you now calculate that 100% that you're talking about?
It's
because if you say, okay, let's say for example, you don't cook and all the time I cook, you're missing some parts.
Yes, that's why I said 100% as best as lighting you. Okay. There are people that don't love ironing. Personally, I don't mind ironing. I wouldn't iron because I don't get things that needs to be ironed. I iron maybe if I'm wearing a suit or a native, traditional wear. Yeah. That's the only time I iron. Right? On a normal day, I don't iron. I've met ladies that hate ironing.
Okay.
I don't hate ironing, I just don't iron. So I can do it.
Yeah.
But it's just not important to me. But if I see that you really don't like doing it, then it's something I can take
but then I now feel like there could also be an aspect where someone is then cheated. Because your 100 might not even be able to match up my 100. Your 100 could just be, well, the 100 I can bring is money, and then every other thing lies on the girl. Or vice versa.
Then you use your money to make life easy for the other person then. Because you're not going to allow this other person to burn out.
Yeah.
Because maybe the person has so many skills and talents and is doing everything or can do everything. Okay, so maybe the angle you're trying to approach it is your partner might love doing a lot of things and has this broad set of skills.
Yeah.
Does it now mean that the partner should do everything?
Exactly, because you're not telling me to come with because you're not telling me to come with my 100 and I come with my 100, you come with your 100. But what if my 100 is really 100 and your 100 is not 100? Zero. Exactly.
Yeah, then you need to ask certain pertinent questions then. Do you want to be with this person that doesn't have
the 100 that you're
or a 50 or a something that actually makes sense, right? If you don't know anything, you don't like doing anything, you just want to lie down and cross your legs.
Yeah.
Another thing, okay, so I mentioned cooking. Let me go back to cooking.
Okay.
I won't say I don't enjoy cooking. It actually takes my time.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd rather not do it. I'd rather do something else.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you come to my house, you being my, maybe whoever I'm in a relationship or some ship with, you come to the house and you want to enter my kitchen to make something, I'll feel very weird sitting down in the parlor
and watching you. So you will go and
I will be there. Yes, I'll be there. Even if it's normal just to be gisting with you while you're doing the stuff, and I will be there.
Okay.
So I think that in itself is a form of support. And it's not like I'm doing it to support you, but I'll just feel weird that you're in my house and you're doing stuff and I'm not doing anything. Yes.
Yes.
And if you're with someone that doesn't feel it weird to sit down or feels it okay to sit down and cross his or her legs while the other person is taking on the whole work, something is wrong. Yeah. Like this one is not even a love matter now. It's more of common sense. Right?
Well, if you put it like that, because you're saying I come with 100, this person comes with 100. I maybe me, I don't believe in what's it called? The 50-50 aspect. Okay. Just because, or even maybe the 100-100, just because I feel like at a point in time, there is never a time you're going to be 100.
So yeah, that's why I said as much as lighting you. Of course, if you try to actually measure it, someone would most likely be doing more overall. But yeah, you can't really measure it too because it's very, very subjective.
Yeah.
You might be going to a job that is paying you billions, millions of dollars, nairas, euros, whatever. And what you do at that job is to just sit down and cross your legs.
Yeah.
Right? So you can even be doing that thing and playing game, and at the end of the day, your salary drops. No, this other person is doing bricklayer job, doing serious physical labor, and is not earning enough.
Okay.
So at that point, your 100, you're bringing the bulk of the money. It's still not your 100.
It's still not your 100.
You guys come back home.
An aspect of whatever.
You guys come back home.
Finance is just
it's an aspect, but even in that finance, so you've gone to work. Both of you go to work. Both of you come back.
Yeah.
You're bringing most of the money because you're earning a lot.
Yeah.
But you still have the space, the reserve to there's still that energy there to do other things in the house.
Yeah.
Because your job is not as demanding as this other person that is breaking his or her back out there. So you won't say, well, I'm bringing in the money, so you are taking care of the home. So now that we're back in the home, because I'm bringing the money, I can go and relax. While this other person has finished some back-breaking job outside, comes back and now continues some back-breaking job inside.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's really subjective is what I'm trying to say. And the thing is, do the best that lieth in you. With your church mind.
Do the best that lieth in you and just
and if that best is not making sense, then maybe you guys should not be together.
Okay.
Yes. Because some people will say their best is to just chill.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't make sense.
Money is very important in like relationships, and I know that it's not the be it all. Like there are other aspects as well. But like now that you're not married and probably looking to settle down one day, right? Am I right?
By God's grace. Magdalene Street.
Okay. So now, have you thought of how you're going to handle like your finance with your partner in terms of, okay, let's say for example, she's earning higher than you. You know, like the African mentality is that the man has to take care of everything.
Yeah.
And when you're looking for a woman, like, how do you plan to discuss this thing with him? Since you're saying that it's supposed to be like 100%, it also means that she has to contribute hugely financially in the household, right?
If she's making good money, then she should contribute. I think so, yes.
Okay, so like, give me an example.
An example, okay. Yeah. First off, I will start with how I would like my daughters to be raised.
Okay,
right?
That makes sense.
Yes. I wouldn't want to raise a child, a female child, and then she grows up and starts waiting for a man to provide XYZ for her.
Yeah.
Yes. I would want to raise people who are independent.
Okay.
Yes. With or without a man, they are fine.
Okay.
If I'm sending my son to a good school, I will also send my daughter to a good school. We're not in the ancient times when men go to hunt and basically men do the physical labor and women, because they're not as physically strong
as men.
Yes. In this stage and age, everybody can contribute. In fact, some women even earn more than the men. I feel you should contribute based off your earning power. I see things online where the man doesn't like that the woman is earning more than him. I don't see why that should be an issue. If both of you claim to love yourselves, I wouldn't sit back and see my wife suffering. Like, I would want to get her everything she wants as much as lies in my power. And I believe she should want to do the same for me. So it doesn't then, like, whoever earns more, how do I put, I think the summary would be this: whoever earns more, I think, should chip in more. Yeah. You chip in as best as lies in you. You don't wait for the other person to and that's why men die young.
A lot of women will come for your head.
Yeah, they can come, and that's fine too.
A lot of women will come for your head.
They can come, and that's fine
because
too.
Like, they'll be like, oh, if I'm making more, that means he has to go out and hustle more to get more money.
Yeah. So it's one thing if he's not putting in effort.
Yeah.
But when you see this other party is putting in the effort and trying to get something, and maybe hasn't gotten it yet, or he's not there yet, then what do you now do? You allow him to still handle the bulk with his little effort, and then both of you are suffering basically, because is it that you now cook your food different from his food because he gives you maybe 200 naira for soup, you now cook a very poor soup that both of you will eat, and then maybe at the back you now go and make your own, or you eat out. You eat outside before coming to the house because he's not bringing, like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I also believe in that, in the aspect that if I'm making more, it shouldn't matter, in the sense that once I'm getting married, I'm believing that we are one unit. So if I'm believing that we are one unit, then my money is our money, your money is our money. That's how I believe in it. So now, if my money is our money and your money is our money, then there shouldn't be a scenario where my husband is maybe suffering and I see that I have the money and I don't bring the money. It doesn't even make sense.
Sure.
But some people don't believe it. And sometimes I don't also blame the women that believe that the man should go out and do the work and my money is my money. Because some people have also been beaten in the aspect that when they start supporting, some men go back and relax.
They should go and heal. 1, 2. They should also.
Which people should heal?
The ones that have been beaten, because you cannot now carry past trauma and put it on the next person. 2, they should find better men, because I don't know, man. I don't know. They should find better men is all I can say. which now leads me to maybe a question I would ask you.
Okay.
Weird. Do you believe in having a joint account, common purse?
I believe having common purse, but I also believe that in as much as we're a partner, I also want to believe that we are individuals in our own way. So I still want us, in a sense, yes, we'll have the family pocket.
Okay.
But I also want you to be an individual yourself. Because I'm coming from a very large family where I have a lot of responsibility. And my current partner is the last born. He doesn't have any responsibility that as compared to mine. I have 5 siblings. I have my mom that I'm taking care of. Right? So now, I just feel like to some extent, it might be a little bit unfair to him if, let's say, he brings in 10 naira, I bring in 10 naira, and we join the 20 naira. Now, because my responsibility is way higher, I take out maybe 80 naira from it and leave 20 naira just because I have to settle things back home. So I just believe that, we're a unit, we're a family. If you're bringing 10 naira and I bring in 10 naira, what can we give to the house that if I'm also to stand as an individual and support my family, I should be able to. So what I can now say, we can do 5 naira for house from me, 5 naira from house from him, and then I still have my 5 naira to be able to send back home. So in as much as I believe in the union, I also believe that we are individuals, because no matter how we want to deal with it, my responsibilities will always be higher than his responsibilities.
That makes sense. So basically what you're saying, which is what I also agree with, because I've actually thought about this, is there's a joint purse, but then you also have your individual purses.
Exactly. That's the way it works for me. For some family, it might be different. Some family, it could be join everything together. Whatever expense, whatever responsibility is yours is mine, since we are going to be one. And if it works for them too, that's also okay. But for me, just because I know what it is for someone to take your hard-earned money, I just feel like it would be a little bit unfair to the person. Do you get? So that's just my own understanding. Yeah.
Ultimately, it depends on what you agree with your partner. Exactly. This is why this conversation should be had.
Exactly. You have to have this conversation before you get married to know where your partner's mindset is when it comes to finance, because finance, finance is a very huge part of for families. Okay, now which then brings me back to dating. Are you dating? I'm currently dating.
I'm single.
But are you looking to?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so then there was this thing you sent me on Instagram this morning that I also saw, where someone asked a woman, how much do you think should be spent
on the first date?
On the first date. And I want to ask you that question. How much do you think should be spent on a date?
It dates. And this is something that has happened to me in the past, right?
Yeah.
Back when I was in Nigeria, I went on a date with someone and I spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we never saw again after that.
Oh my God.
And then I thought about it.
Yeah.
And
you can't keep doing that.
I'd rather spend that money on a friend.
Yeah.
Than on someone I'm meeting for the first time. Yes. Because a long-time friend, we have history, and you got my back, I got yours, blah blah blah, shenanigans,
Yeah.
So I'd rather spend that money on that person than someone I'm meeting for the very first time.
Yeah.
If we're going on a date, we're trying to get to know ourselves. We're not going to eat food.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're just going somewhere where both of you can sit down and have that time to talk.
To get to know yourselves.
That is the main agenda. Yeah. So whatever amount fits that agenda, I think is fine.
Okay.
The lady is not going to look for...
So you're just saying eat at home before you come out.
Exactly. Exactly. One of the things that we do when going to weddings, you eat well. So if food not reach you will not be very grumpy. It's how we date. You're going to meet this person and know whether you guys can,
Yeah, you guys are compatible. Yeah. Because I'm just trying to imagine, let's say, for example, you're trying to find someone. You can't tell me that for every single date, you then have to bring out a huge amount of money, because I'm trying to get to know you.
It doesn't make sense.
Because another thing could also be that, okay, imagine, let's say in a month, I'm dating like 4 different people, and those first
going on a date with 4 different people
in a month.
Okay.
is doable,
yes,
right? In a month, because you're trying to get to know people. And then I'm someone who is a salary earner. I will have to budget myself. So that's also why maybe because people that say these things are people that have not really worked for money. But when you work for money, you know that it is not that easy to just spend on someone you don't know. I really rep you guys. But I'm not saying that when you take someone out, you don't take care of the person. Don't take me on a 1-hour walk and you don't get me a bottle of water or tell me, oh, are you hungry? Let's eat. I'm not saying that I'm starved. I'm not starved. But what I'm saying is that I just feel like there shouldn't be a certain amount placed on a date because I'm trying to get to know you. But just take me to a place where if you were to go out on your own and you feel hungry, we can just go out and just get something. It mustn't be something extremely fancy. Me as a girl, if tables were turned and maybe the power is in our hands to go on date and ask men out, I know that I wouldn't spend that. I wouldn't spend that much money on a stranger that I don't know. I would make you comfortable. Something that I would do for myself, the way I would treat the next person, I would treat you like that, very cordially, very nice. but I will not break the bank for you. So that's also what I believe in.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right then. So now if I'm to ask you, in case people are watching and they really like you and someone that say, oh, how can I reach you? What exactly are you looking for?
Common sense.
What exactly is your spec or your type? Do you have a type?
Common sense is important. Common sense is important.
Okay.
Bum is nice.
Nice.
Common sense is important.
Okay.
I think it's the main thing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can talk to and have intellectual conversations and see that you're not in your fancy world. You're grounded with the realities on ground.
Okay. What again?
Well, there's just that connection you would feel when you talk with the person. Yeah, it's conversations get easy or are easy. I would know when I meet the person.
You will know.
And the person too will know when the person meets me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
are you currently on dating app?
I am.
Ooh.
I've been for a while now. After my last whatever, my cousin, installed these apps on my phone.
Which
I'm like,
one?
Chemical,
Bumble?
go out.
Bumble,
Hinge, Tinder.
Tinder.
Yeah. But then the thing is, I'm hardly there.
Yeah.
When I remember, I go there, swipe, and then I forget. So the next time I remember.
Yeah.
So it's like this.
Would you say you get more dates on the app, or is better for you like 3D? Like
I'd rather meet someone in person. Yes. I'd rather those connections are physical. It's really difficult. I can count the number of people I've met in real life from a dating app on one hand. Okay, maybe two hands. Okay. But you not go past two hands. Like I most of the people I meet there, we talk for a while and the whole thing just dies down. And maybe at that point the connection is not really there, or I'm not ready to meet in person yet. Okay. Or like I said, I'm online, then I'm offline, and before I come back online, the person has moved on to the next person. Yeah. I'd rather it happens
in 3D.
In 3D.
Okay, that's very nice. So guys, I'll leave his hat.
Why are you laughing?
I'm serious though. He stays in Germany, right? And I'll leave his handle in the description. You can get to know him. Okay, Chemi, that would be it for this conversation. It was really, really nice chatting with you. Is there anything you would want to say to my people who are listening?
There are many things I want to say.
Say it.
But just like, first off, don't rush into these things. And I know I'm not one to talk, saying that I'm not in a relationship at the moment.
Yeah, but at least you've dated, so you've been in a relationship, okay, so you have an experience. Exactly.
Good. So I have the power to say these things.
Exactly.
Don't rush.
Yeah.
You get to meet the person, get to know the person. It's important. It's funny how you talk to people, and I know I had a friend back then, and she was dating this guy, and I asked her, what does the guy do? She said she doesn't know. The guy was supposed to travel back then, and we're all colleagues. Yeah. So and I asked her, okay, when is he traveling? Has he gotten his passport? She doesn't know. And then I'm like, what do you guys talk about? You're dating, right? You guys talk all the time. What do you guys talk about? So get to
some people are like in a hurry just to
get to know,
or maybe just be in a relationship just for the sake
of. Go enter one chance. Because the date person where they do one kind of funny, shady something, and because love is in your eye, you don't get to know the person. Some people will say annoy the person and see how the person reacts. I'm not a fan of that. Although sometimes I subconsciously play the devil's advocate. But then, like, know the person. May not be say you go the date person. I don't know if it's okay. Let it not be that you are dating someone, and the day you drop plate and it breaks, the person will stab you with knife. No, it's true. You need to know the person. Like, open your eyes is basically what I'm saying.
Okay, and then so it means that you're also an advocate of just don't date for the purpose of dating. Like you.
No. For me, dating is for marriage. Yeah. Right. There should be an end goal in sight. If I just want to have fun, I don't need to. Unless both of you, basically, so long as your partner is on board with whatever it is that you guys are doing, then it's fine. If you guys, both of you are there for the fun, then that's fine too. If you call it you're dating this person, you're exclusive with this person, but you guys are just having fun.
Yeah.
As long as both of you are on the same page, that's fine. Yeah.
I also agree. I don't believe in dating for dating's sake. Date for marriage though.
Okay.
Because I believe in the institution of marriage.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a very nice chat. Thank you so much for...
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. Can't wait to come on next time.
I don't mind. Like, I don't mind doing it again on a different topic. Guys, let's know in the comments what you guys think. Do you believe in 50-50 or 100-100 as Jamie has said? And yeah, thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you guys in our next video.
You said it's a millennial thing.
Yeah, it's a millennial thing. A millennial. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.